Aries, we're going to be doing your reading. So that was really weird. I was about to say we're going to be doing your cover. I don't know. All right, so let's see. I don't know. I'm not sure, Aries. So, all right, we're going to do your reading. So let's see what's going on for you guys, Aries. Aries. Ace of Swords. So that definitely hit for somebody. All right, let's see. Okay, so I think maybe there's just something about communication rolling around. Okay, that could also be it. So, all right, let's see what's going on. Five of Wands just came out. All right. And the Moon card. All right, I feel like there is like a miscommunication, misunderstanding, something about that, okay? Or there's something here where somebody is like, I want to say trying to like untangle something here, okay? But I feel like there's been a moment of clarity from like somebody else, okay? So like if this is like something that's supposed to be like a secret or something like that, I'm almost getting the impression here that somebody else, they know about it, okay? Or they're like, I feel like there's something more to the story or something like that, okay? That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting here. So all right, let's see what's going on. All right, Aries. Okay. All right, so let's see. You guys have, so you have the Five of Wands. This is showing up in the area of your mind. So that definitely makes sense, especially like the Ace of Swords came out there. So, okay, yes, Five of Wands. This is showing up for like, you know, area of your mind, how you guys are thinking. So there might be something that you're kind of approaching with like, all right, I have to have a certain like strategy going into this, but I wonder if you're kind of like tweaking things or you're thinking of something that maybe you're like, you know what? It's almost like you're thinking like, is this going to be helpful or not helpful? Like, should I like stir the pot? That kind of stuff, okay? That might be something that's going on. I also want to say you might just be in the energy of like there might be like kind of chaotic energy, okay? Something about that. And I really feel like there's something here where you're like, I think trying to make sense of chaos, truly, okay? Trying to make sense of like a chaotic situation or trying to figure something out here that was either like once really confusing or there's this feeling of somebody else who was on the outside of something. They're starting to like understand something or like put the pieces of something together here, okay? That's kind of what I'm feeling. So all right, you guys have the Four of Wands and this is showing up in the area of your feelings here. So there might be something that you're feeling kind of accomplished by or with or whatever, that kind of stuff, okay? Certainly could be. So I mean, maybe this is like you guys like thinking of like, wow, that took like a lot of planning or that took like a lot of like different like moving parts of something, that kind of stuff. And it could be that you're feeling like accomplished for going through that kind of stuff. Or you could be feeling like, you know what, I've moved things around enough, I've tested things out, that kind of stuff. Possibly feeling like I'm ready to like either take a break somewhere, okay, or to enter into something, you know, that's kind of what I'm feeling. But I do understand something about you guys feeling like this is an accomplishment. This is like, you know, either a particular milestone for some of you guys. Maybe this is what it is maybe like, you know, struggling or something about that to like, you know, hit like a certain level of something here. So, all right, in your environment, you guys have the Magician. So okay, I feel like this, I don't know if this is sneaky. I was going to say I feel like this is sneaky, but then I was like, no, it's not. I don't think it's like really a sneaky energy. If anything, I think this is maybe just a very capable energy, okay? That kind of stuff with the Magician here in your environment. All right, I'll tell you another thing. You know, you have this Five of Wands in the area of your mind. It could be that you're thinking like, all right, we need this thing. I need to put this thing together, that kind of stuff. And it could be that there's maybe somebody in your environment that's like, well, that's great because I actually have all the tools for that. Or I know how to use the stuff that I have. Do you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So, all right. I'm also getting somebody around you being like, and now bring it down to reality or like bring it into life or like, I don't know, whoever this is, like, I feel like they're like, I almost want to say like theatrical or like very like, I don't really know what the right word is. I think they make you smile or there's something, I don't know, they're funny of some sort. That makes me think of like funny how, you know? All right, anyway, okay, so let's keep going here. You guys have the Ten of Pentacles, and this is showing up for your desire here. I feel like this is just a friggin' like happy situation. This could definitely be like happy home, happy life. I mean, Four of Wands in the area of your feelings. Maybe you guys are feeling a level of like, okay, we've reached this benchmark, whatever the heck it is. Like now let's, I don't know, work on like stability or working on making something like maintainable, that kind of stuff. Okay, certainly could be. Okay, sorry, I don't know what that was. My phone, first of all, my tripod broke the second I went to do readings today. And then I don't know what that was. I don't know. I looked up and my camera fell over and it was not recording. So cool. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. So, all right, let's see. God, you know, it's been a real fun time lately, man. Maybe, Aries, maybe you guys are feeling that way too, okay? So, all right, anyway, back to this friggin' Ten of Pentacles here. So that is interesting. Guys, remember how I was like, this magician, maybe this is like kind of like sneaky, and then I was like, no, it wasn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's keep going. Okay. All right. So 10 of Pentacles, this is for your desire, okay? What you're wanting. It could be that maybe there's somebody around you who is like, you know what? I actually can make this like into reality. I can make like this, like a hypothesis or something like that, okay? Bringing it down into reality, that kind of stuff. That could be something that's happening in your environment. If that's the case, then maybe this 10 of Pentacles is you guys maybe, I want to say learning from this person. I know that's a really weird interpretation of this card, okay? I understand that, but that might be something here. And I also think maybe there's something that, again, maybe you're trying to build your family, start a family, maintain the happiness or the security or wealth or something like that, okay? That kind of stuff in a family unit. It doesn't have to be a family unit. It could just be something that's like, you know, has like long-standing something or other, you know, that kind of like stands through the test of time, or I don't know, something like that. All right. So let's see. You guys have the Lovers card. This is showing up as a possible issue here. Maybe a difference of opinions, okay, or maybe there's a feeling of like this is not this isn't in alignment. Okay, that could be part of whatever this is. All right, certainly could be. I also want to say that there's just like a difference in something, okay? Like I'm wondering if it's like, you know what there's a song, God, what the heck is the name of it? Can we get back to that possibly? I think that might be the name of it. I'm almost getting the lyrics, or I am getting the lyrics of that in my head. So I wonder if there's something about that being like, I want to get back to a certain time when, I don't know, things were easier or maybe finances were better or, you know, something about that, okay? That kind of stuff. For some of you guys, I even understand maybe wanting to move homes, okay? That could be it. And I wonder if, again, there could be something where it's like nothing's like in alignment or there's nothing that's like, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. That could certainly be part of whatever is going on here. All right, let's see. Okay. So, okay, you guys have the Justice card, and this is showing up in the area of, or this is showing up your opportunity rather, okay? So, all right, here's the thing. If you like maybe made a decision that maybe you're feeling like, I don't know if that was the right decision, that kind of stuff, or maybe somebody didn't agree with it or whatever the heck it is, okay? That kind of stuff. I wonder if your opportunity is just to be like, oh, okay, well, that's okay. We can just work from like the last time that we did something, like kind of seeing what worked, what didn't, and like adjusting your plan. I almost feel like that, dude, I feel like that's what you're thinking of anyway with this Five of Wands showing up in the air of your mind. Like it feels like you're kind of open to like adjustments or trying things out. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. That is kind of what I'm understanding here. So, all right. Okay. Also, I got to tell you, I weirdly really like the Magician and the Justice card for you guys, okay? I know Magician's showing up in your environment and the Justice is for your opportunity. I really like this. I don't know why, but I feel like whatever's going on is like, it's working in the right direction or something. So, all right, let's see what else, Aries. Let's clarify your reading, Aries. All right. Do you know what I'm almost getting off of this Justice card is almost something about possibly a second opinion, maybe even asking somebody else something and seeing what like their answer is or seeing what their experience with something was, okay? That kind of stuff. I wonder if that's part of whatever it is, but I'll also say with this Lovers card, it's like, I don't know, some decision was made or something about that, and I swear to God, I feel like there's something about like either being able to like tweak that or being like, okay, next time we can use like the past to kind of dictate decisions currently. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So, all right, let's see what's going on. I mean, I feel like that's kind of like true for some of you guys. So let's see. All right. So, okay. So with the Five of Wands, you guys have the Chariot card here. All right. So this is showing up in the area of your mind. So I feel like there is something that you're like, this to me feels like, how the heck do we get this up and running? How do we get some progress here? How do we get this like, you know, either trying to increase some motivation, okay, or there is really something that you are grappling with like, okay, there's this version of something, there's this version of something. Like, how do I blend those two elements together, or kind of, you know, something about that. I really do understand something about that. It feels like it's very much like something you're thinking about or trying to figure out in some sense. I will tell you another thing. It almost feels like there's something here where you're like, you might even be like, okay, something got out of control here. How do I like reel it in and kind of like gain control of something, okay, that kind of stuff. But I gotta tell you, I also really do understand that energy of like being like, yeah, but I want to like move forward on this thing, you know, that kind of stuff. So it could be like, you know, thinking like, how can we switch things around to make sure that we are like we're being pushed forward, you know, that kind of stuff, or that we're like moving forward on something. But again, it's like this whole thing of being like, okay, I'm not going to go off this end, I'm not going to go off this end, like blending everything together in the middle, you know, that kind of stuff. So, all right. Okay, so you guys have the Four of Wands and you have it with the Star card. This is showing up in the area of your feelings. So yeah, I do feel like there's something that you're feeling. I want to say maybe a little bit relieved by something, or feeling like, again, like, okay, I accomplished this thing, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. I also think there's maybe something in the area of like, you might be feeling an energy of, possibly even being like, hey, I should like wish for this thing. Or you might be feeling like, I did wish for this thing and it arrived. And then there's something here that I think now maybe you're trying to figure out how or why or something like that. All right. That kind of stuff. I definitely understand like going towards the past or reviewing something from the past or past experiences, that kind of stuff. All right. That I do understand that. And that's great. It's like, you know, like learning from the past, or, you know, even analyzing, you know, something that already happened, you know, that kind of stuff. All right, so you have the Magician, and then you have it with the Ten of Pentacles, and this is showing up in your environment. So for some of you guys, you could just be dealing with a Virgo. There might be a Virgo in your environment, okay, that kind of stuff. Or this is maybe somebody who is doing something, who is, I want to say somebody who's creating something, or there's something being created possibly on your behalf here, or there's something that is being created that is going to increase, again, finances, you know, something about that is going to help like your like family unit, or maybe where it is that you're working all the time. Okay. That could certainly be it too, that kind of stuff. I got to tell you, you know, it's really interesting. This is, you know, this is not going to be for everybody, but I'm also understanding this as just being in an environment that has a lot of like spiritual stuff, or has like a lot of maybe like magic based things or whatever it is, that kind of stuff. That might just be something that's like in your environment. And maybe you're kind of like thinking like, how do I like, I want to say go off a recipe, like not being like, oh, I'm reading a recipe, but being like, I'm going to kind of go off script. I'm going to kind of like, I don't know, do what I'm doing and kind of see like what kind of is made of that kind of stuff. Okay. That certainly could be something here. Right. And I do think that there's maybe the intention going into it is to like maybe manifest something, or, you know, you're wishing for something, whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Okay. I will also say for some of you guys, this also might have like a health base something or other, you know, behind it. Okay. That kind of stuff. All right. I'm not a doctor, so can't help you out there, but all right. Okay. So let's see, you guys have the Ten of Pentacles, and then you have it with the Judgment card. And this is showing up for what you're wanting. I think that you want somebody else to have a realization. I do. I think there's something here that you're wanting somebody to like see the light of some situation here. Okay. That kind of stuff. For some of you guys, you might be feeling like you're friggin' busting at the seams here. Okay. That might be part of whatever this is. Okay. Like a feeling of restlessness, or a feeling of like, I should have been progressed more. That, Aries, maybe that is something that we are thinking, or that we're kind of like talking about here. I can relate to that. All right. Totally. I mean, I'm almost 40 and I definitely feel like I should be farther along in life, or whatever the heck it is. That I think maybe we all feel that way at some point. Okay. Or constantly. I don't really know. But that might be something. Okay. That might be something. All right. I also wonder if there's something here that you're wanting somebody else to stand up for like their own family, or to kind of like see the light of like maybe why you are reacting in a certain way, or something like that. Okay. I do understand that. It almost feels maybe feeling like unheard, unvalidated, or something like that. Okay. All right. And I wonder if there's actually somebody around you who's maybe feeling that exact same way too, or that they understand why you feel that way, but maybe they're not speaking up on that just yet. Okay. That kind of thing. So, all right. You have the Justice card here. This is showing up as what to do. So yes, I do think that there is something about like, it's almost like seeing something for what it is. It's like not putting rose-colored glasses on, or not like kind of trying to make something better than it is or worse than it is, that kind of stuff. It's just like this is what it is. Like, this is what the situation is, that kind of stuff, okay? Maybe there's something to do with a Libra, okay? If you have a Libra in your life, that, I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. You have the Justice card and you have the Empress here, all right? So I do understand a good amount about like finances. Again, I do understand like a health reference, if that is, you know, pertinent to anybody, maybe something to do with like health, that kind of stuff. But I do understand this as like finances or like family dynamics, that kind of stuff. All right. All right. All right, so maybe there's something here about like waiting for specific results about something, or this could be something in the terms of going completely neutral on some situation, okay? That could be it. You know, I gotta tell you, I do think there's something about like maybe wanting somebody else here to like have like a wake-up call, or to kind of like, I don't know, yeah, to have a wake-up call of some sort here, and that might just be what it is. It might just be like, you know what, kind of like keep like neutral for whatever this is, that kind of stuff. And I think that's more so to like guard your energy or your feelings, or, you know what I'm saying? Something about that. So you have the Empress card, and this is showing up as what to avoid here. So maybe there's something about, you know, like avoiding thinking that something is like really, really easy to get up and running, that kind of stuff, or to avoid thinking that like, or avoid thinking that maybe a particular person has a specific level of help that maybe they do not have, okay? That kind of stuff, right? That could also definitely be something here, all right? Interesting. Why do I feel like, Aries, why do I feel like I'm getting this like idea of like you taking like justice into your own hands, or like somebody you're dealing with kind of like doing that? But I will tell you, I feel like that might have backfired in some sense, or you're watching this like play out, being like, well, that's going to backfire. And you might be like, I'm just going to sit and wait for them to kind of realize that, or, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's interesting. All right. Okay. There's also a level of being really honest about something, and this might be being honest about your situation, or being honest with somebody else about, I don't know, something that you're dealing with, or like something that you're both kind of like connected to in some sense. So, all right, with the Lovers card, you guys have the 5 of Cups, and this is showing up for the possible issue here. I think that this was maybe making a choice that, you know, down the road, it's like, I don't know if that was the right choice that I want to make, or I don't know if that didn't really fit that well, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. That might be something here, all right? There also may be something that you're like, God, I wish that I did that in the past. I wish that was a thing that I kind of like connected to in the past, that kind of stuff. For some of you guys, maybe this is something that you did connect to in the past, that kind of stuff. And maybe the issue is like, it's now you think like, oh, all is lost, like that was in the past and there's no way to kind of like regain something, or, you know, something like that. Okay, I also think there's something about making up for lost time, or there, you know, something about that, or feeling kind of a level of loss. For some of you guys, maybe there has been an actual loss, you know, that kind of stuff. Maybe a Gemini, okay, or a Scorpio, or GS maybe are important initials. All right, so you have the Knight of Swords, and this is showing up as what to do. So, okay, so what to do, Knight of Swords. I think there's maybe something about acting, I want to say a little bit quickly on something here. I think that that's hard. I don't think that that needs to even be like said really, because I feel like that's already living in the air of your mind with this 5 of Wands and the Chariot card. Okay, it does feel like very action-y based, okay, movement-y based. So this Knight of Swords certainly could be, I mean, I feel, didn't we say something about getting a second opinion about something? I think that might be part of what we're talking about. I really do. There's something about like double checking something, or getting a second opinion, something about that, okay? I want to say almost not letting somebody else's opinion or judgment of something control or dictate your personal growth for something, all right? That kind of stuff. I do understand that. I feel like it's way easier said than done, but I am kind of understanding that message. So I do think there's something here that it's like, you know, kind of acting quickly on something, or maybe that's what it is acting quickly and getting a second opinion from somebody, or, you know, something about that, okay? I don't think this is really a time to like move really slowly. I mean, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and this is showing up as what to avoid. So to me, this is like kind of like talking all day about what you're going to do, but then never really kind of like doing it, you know? And I'll tell you something, maybe this is somebody in your environment who's kind of challenging you in that way, okay? It's maybe trying to like kind of get you to like plant some solid seeds somewhere, or, you know, kind of like, again, bringing something into reality, being like, well, now we're actually doing it, that kind of stuff. Okay. So I don't think that this is really the time to like kind of be like, all right, well, let's like over plan this, or, that kind of stuff. To me, this is like, we're doing it. So you just got to kind of like go with the energy as opposed to like trying to control it, that kind of stuff. Okay. You know what I'm getting is the movie Requiem for a Dream. I don't know. Not sure, guys. I don't know. Well, I know the movie, obviously, but I don't know why that is being brought up now. So, all right. Okay. So, all right. Okay, so let's see. You guys have the Justice card, and then you have it with the High Priestess. I think, okay, there's somebody who's reading my mind here, which is freaking hilarious. I love that. Okay, I don't know, there's somebody who's watching who like, we are on the same wavelength here, so that's kind of funny. All right, so you have the Justice card, and you have it with the High Priestess, and this is showing up as your opportunity. This might be the opportunity of having results come in and you keeping them to yourself, okay? I gotta tell you, maybe this is somebody who's like, you've constantly been like, hey, like, I have something to tell you, or like, hey, can you listen to me, or something about that. And maybe this is somebody who is like constantly shut you down. Okay. Or this could be a pattern of being shut down. Aries, I swear to God, I'm right there with you. And it's like, that is so frustrating. In the past year and a half, 2 years, I cannot tell you how many times I have been trying to say something and somebody shuts me down in the middle of a sentence. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. It's wild, and it's happened like so often that it's like beyond frustrating. It really is beyond frustrating. But I think maybe we should use that as like taking back our personal power, being like, all right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's something about that. I don't know. Sorry. I'm kind of going off a little bit here, but Aries, it's only because I really understand that. Okay. It's annoying. Not even annoying. I don't even know what the word is. It's like infuriating when you're constantly met with somebody not listening to you, or somebody just they don't want to listen to you. They're in one ear, out the other. That is infuriating. Okay. Getting a little bit emotional. So maybe this is something that is like, again, like something just like keeps happening and you're like, I don't know, something like that. So it could be that it's like, you know what, screw them. Just talk over them. If somebody interrupts you, talk louder. Interrupt them more. I don't know. Maybe that's not very like spiritual. I don't care, dude. At a certain point, you got to stick up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. So I don't know. There might be something about that where it's like, it's time to just be like, okay, nope, it's my turn. I'm going to speak now. And you don't, I don't know, there's something about that. Okay. There really is something about that. And I feel like there is something about like maybe not taking too long, or it's like, it doesn't have to be perfect, just kind of like letting it out, something like that. All right. So, okay. Back to your opportunity. I do think that this is like the opportunity of being like, you know what, if you didn't want to listen to me in the past, then I'm not going to give you the information. Like, it's almost like now they come running back being like, oh, I'm ready to listen now. And it's like, great. Too bad for you. And you know what? That is too bad for them, because I bet you had something really, really important to say. Everyone does. So I don't know what's wrong with people right now, but it's like really a theme. Like, I don't know. I am kind of pissed about it. And you know what? You should be too, Aries, because it's not okay for that to like continuously be happening. Like every single time that it's like, I don't know, man. Let's keep going. Okay. But I do think that's something that maybe your opportunity is to be like, you know what? I'm going to speak my truth, or I'm going to let people know the inside information, the people who want to know, or the people who are, like here for the right reason. I don't even know what that means. Like, I don't mean like here in this reading. I mean like just like in general. I don't even know what that really means, but there's something, okay? There is something. So, all right, you have the Page of Wands, and this is showing up as what to do. So yeah, I gotta tell you, Aries, I think right now, I think you're allowed to kind of like, I want to say make some friggin' noise, okay? Make some noise. Maybe it's gonna piss other people off. Oh well, especially if those are the people who've constantly been cutting you off, or telling you to be quiet, or speaking, again, cutting you off when you're in the middle of saying something, or just not listening, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Like, that's annoying. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just like, okay, whatever, like finding, I don't know, finding an outlet of some sort, or maybe there's even like, a person or something that it's like, they're just as excited about something as you are, that kind of stuff. There might be that kind of energy. All right. That kind of stuff. But I do think that there's something about the opportunity of being like, you know what? You get to, it's like you have the inside information, and I swear to God, it's like this, it's like now that it feels like you've been silenced so many damn times that it's like now when somebody comes crawling back, you're in the energy of being like, oh, absolutely not. Like, you can kick friggin' rocks, dude. You know, that kind of stuff. I get it. I get it. So you have the Ace of Cups, and this is showing up as what to avoid. I think I would maybe there's something about like not taking it personally, that kind of stuff. Okay. Certainly could be, or maybe like not, going straight to anger or something about that. Okay. This to me more so feels like taking that energy and like being like, nope, I'm taking all my energy back, that kind of stuff. And, like speaking from your heart, or being like, I'm not going to let some person continuously, or multiple people continuously silence you, or whatever the heck it is, that kind of stuff. Okay. That's what I'm feeling here. Damn, Aries. All right, so that's what I have for you guys. I hope this reading was helpful and made sense, all that kind of stuff. If not, you can check your other placements, and I will see you guys back for your next one. Thank you. Bye.